You have a treasure inside you waiting to be unleashed, a force so powerful it can shift your entire reality in an instant. Many believe abundance is something far away, a distant dream meant only for the fortunate few. But here's the truth. Abundance is within your reach right now, and you have the ability to invite it in more quickly than you ever thought possible. It all begins with a small yet significant pivot in your mindset, a shift that cracks open the flow of prosperity. This isn't about wishful thinking or blind optimism. It's about reconnecting with the natural abundance that is your birthright. Today, we'll explore a simple 5-step formula that helps you align with the energy of affluence, mentally, emotionally, and even physically. Each step stands on its own as a powerful tool, but when combined, they form a transformative path. Imagine each step as a key that unlocks a new layer of your innate prosperity, guiding you away from self-imposed limitations and into the expansive life you were always meant to lead. One of the most common barriers to thriving is the mistaken belief that you aren't worthy enough, aren't smart enough, or simply aren't ready for success. Perhaps society or old habits have convinced you that abundance is for someone else, or that chasing more is somehow selfish. But have you considered the possibility that by stepping into your own fullness, you actually uplift everyone around you? Prosperity isn't just about finances. It's about the emotional and spiritual nourishment that flows when you discover you can give freely, share openly, and create generously without fear of running dry. Let's be clear. Abundance never means hoarding or taking from others. On the contrary, it's an invitation to multiply the good that already exists. By embracing your inner wealth, you become a beacon that inspires others to do the same. You reflect to the world that positivity, kindness, and generosity can be endless. This is how abundance instantly arrives, by switching from doubt to trust, from lack to unlimited possibility, and from self-criticism to self-celebration. Over the next sections, we'll look at why knowing you deserve better is the foundation for receiving it. We'll talk about releasing the fears and doubts that sabotage your progress. We'll explore specific affirmations and guided visualizations to set the stage for prosperity, and then learn the immense power of gratitude. Finally, we'll see how aligning your daily actions with your intentions cements these changes into your life. So get ready to open your heart and mind. This is your moment to discover that the pathway to attracting abundance instantly really does exist, and it starts deep within you. Your journey toward abundance can begin in many ways, but one universal foundation underlies it all: the recognition that you are inherently worthy. Without a firm sense of worthiness, every other technique, be it visualization, affirmations, or gratitude, risks becoming a hollow exercise. When you believe in your heart that you are less deserving than others, it acts like a lock on the doors of prosperity. Fortunately, you hold the key to unlock this barrier by choosing self-acceptance. When you see yourself through a lens of compassion, you realize your strengths and unique qualities are not random. They're indicators of your innate value. Some people cling to the idea that only by criticizing themselves harshly can they motivate positive change. Yet, genuine transformation emerges from kindness and self-respect. Instead of pushing yourself down, imagine tenderly lifting yourself up. Imagine speaking to yourself in the same gentle tone you might use for a close friend who needs reassurance. That shift sets in motion a new pattern of receiving. If you treat yourself as someone worthy, you'll start to see life treat you the same way. One small but potent exercise to root this sense of worthiness is to pause, place a hand gently over your heart, and affirm something along these lines. I am worthy of a rich and fulfilling life. I claim my right to endless good. Even if it feels awkward at first, keep at it. By reinforcing this statement daily, you gradually rewire the negative self-talk that may have been running on autopilot for years. Each time you speak kindly to yourself, you weaken the old patterns that convinced you to settle for less. It's also crucial to forgive yourself for past decisions or perceived shortcomings. Holding on to guilt or shame drains your energy, leaving little vitality to invite the positive in. Consider making a list of self-forgiveness statements. For instance, I forgive myself for not believing in my gifts, or I release regret for missing opportunities in the past. Reading these statements daily can clear emotional clutter, preparing you to accept more good into your life. Worthiness isn't about feeling superior or entitled. It's about embracing the simple fact that you are just as deserving of joy, health, love, and opportunities as anyone else. When you own this truth, your interactions with the world shift dramatically. You stop chasing approval from external sources and instead become a magnet for the people, experiences, and blessings that align with your highest good. That subtle but profound repositioning, from begging the world for scraps of validation to calmly knowing your own value, sets the stage for the abundance that will follow in the next steps. Now that we've laid the foundation, it's time to turn our attention to the blocks that can hold you back, even if you already believe you are deserving. Even after you begin to embrace your inherent worthiness, old fears and doubts can still linger in the background, casting shadows that dim your light. These shadows often arise from past experiences. Maybe you've faced financial hardship, heartbreak, or discouragement from people who didn't understand your dreams. Over time, these wounds can accumulate, forming a silent barrier that keeps abundance at arm's length. The good news is that these barriers can be dismantled piece by piece through awareness and intentional release. Imagine fear and doubt as cobwebs. They're not powerful on their own, but if left unchecked, they grow thicker and keep you from moving freely. The first step to clearing these cobwebs is recognizing where they're hiding. Perhaps you're afraid of failing if you try something new. Or maybe you doubt that you could ever break free from a generational cycle of lack. Whatever the specifics, shining a light on these concerns is the beginning of their undoing. Take time each day to journal or reflect on the thoughts that cause tension in your body or a sinking feeling in your gut. By identifying the triggers, you can start to replace them with compassion and understanding. One powerful tool for clearing these emotional blocks is forgiveness. This forgiveness extends not only to yourself, but also to others who may have planted the seeds of fear in you. Holding resentment often becomes a kind of mental debt, collecting interest on your emotional bandwidth. Each time you let go of resentment, you free yourself from reliving the same pain, opening more space for abundance to enter. You don't have to pardon bad behavior or agree with past events. Forgiveness simply means releasing the hold these experiences have on your heart and mind. Affirmations can also come to your rescue here. Create statements tailored to your specific fears and doubts. For instance, if you often tell yourself, "I'll never be financially stable," transform that into, "I release all beliefs in limitation. Abundance is available to me now. Repeat these words whenever you sense fear creeping back. The goal is not to suppress fear, but to acknowledge it, thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently show it the door. With each fear or doubt you release, you're essentially opening another window for light to pour in. There's no shame in having these emotions. They're part of being human. But you're not meant to be ruled by them. Clearing negative blocks is like clearing the debris on a winding path so you can safely continue the journey without tripping. Now that your path is a bit cleaner, it's time to learn some proactive techniques to actively invite abundance in. Our next step delves into how affirmations and visualization can supercharge your ability to manifest what you desire. Now that you've laid a sturdy foundation of self-worth and are actively releasing negative blocks, it's time to harness the creative power of your mind. Think of affirmations and visualization as the paintbrushes of your inner artist. These tools allow you to paint the vivid picture of the abundant life you truly want, training your thoughts to shape your reality rather than react to it. This is the phase where you start to feel excitement bubbling up from within because you're no longer passively waiting for good things to happen. You're actively calling them in. Affirmations are short, positive statements framed in the present tense. They're reminders to your subconscious that your desired reality is possible. For example, you might say, I attract supportive people and prosperous opportunities wherever I go. Or, I welcome wealth in all its forms, and it flows to me effortlessly. The key is consistency. Saying an affirmation once in a casual manner isn't enough. You want to repeat it daily, with genuine feeling behind the words. Over time, these affirmations become your new self-talk, drowning out the old tape of doubt or self-criticism. Visualization takes this one step further by engaging your senses. Picture yourself in a scenario where abundance surrounds you. Maybe you see yourself in a fulfilling job where your talents shine and you're well compensated. Or perhaps you imagine living in a harmonious home environment, free from the stress of financial worry. The idea is to create a mental movie so compelling, it feels almost real. Add details, the way you decorate your space, the aromas in the air, or the friendly faces of like-minded people around you. This sensory-rich rehearsal primes your subconscious mind to seek opportunities and circumstances that align with your vision. A practical way to make these practices part of your routine is to set aside just a few minutes in the morning or before bed. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and repeat affirmations that resonate most with you. Then spend a moment visualizing the life you're creating. Feel the gratitude as if it has already happened. Your mind is naturally drawn to vivid images and emotions, so the stronger you can make this experience, the more deeply it settles into your psyche. This is not about daydreaming your life away. It's about mentally preparing for the good that's on its way. Remember that negativity might still try to creep in, but that's part of the process. Each time you consciously choose affirmations and visualization over worry and doubt, you strengthen your connection to abundance. You prove to yourself that you have authority over where your thoughts go, and where your thoughts go, your reality follows. Next, we'll discuss a powerful catalyst that supercharges your manifesting abilities: gratitude. Once you add gratitude into the mix, you'll see how everything harmoniously comes together to shape your new, thriving life. If affirmations and visualization provide the creative spark, Gratitude is the fuel that keeps the fire of abundance burning. When you live in gratitude, you actively acknowledge the goodness already present in your life, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. This simple act of appreciation sends a clear message to the universe. You recognize and welcome positive energy. Like opening a window in a stuffy room, gratitude lets fresh air in, making space for more blessings to flow. Cultivating gratitude can be wonderfully simple. One method is to start every morning with 3 things you're thankful for. These can be as grand as having a stable home or as subtle as enjoying a warm cup of tea. The size of the blessing doesn't matter. It's the recognition and the heartfelt thank you that count. Some people like to keep a gratitude journal by their bed, jotting down appreciations before sleep. This bedtime ritual gently programs the mind to focus on positives rather than anxieties, which can lead to calmer rest and an uplifted mindset upon waking. Additionally, try to notice opportunities for gratitude in real time. Did someone hold a door open for you or show you kindness at the grocery store? Pause for a moment and say, "I appreciate that." If you find a few extra minutes in your hectic schedule, whisper a quick thanks for that unexpected gift of time. Each time you do this, you reinforce the habit of looking for goodness, which in turn multiplies the positive experiences you attract. It's not just spiritual theory. Science also shows that a grateful mind has better stress responses and a healthier mental outlook. Embracing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges. Instead, it shifts your perspective, allowing you to handle obstacles with a clearer, more hopeful mindset. Even in tough moments, looking for small pockets of positivity can keep you anchored. A sense of gratitude softens anger, reduces worry, and often leads you to creative solutions. You might even begin to see apparent setbacks as stepping stones, each containing a lesson or an opportunity in disguise. An affirmation to cement this mindset could be, "I find reasons to be thankful in every situation, and my gratitude opens the path to more blessings." Allow those words to flow through you, filling your heart with warmth. Let them guide you into each new day and each new challenge with a spirit of optimism. You'll start to notice that when you give yourself to gratitude, life has a way of giving back, often in delightful, unexpected ways. Now that we've lit the spark of abundance and fueled it with appreciation, we move on to the practical side of aligning your actions with your intentions, ensuring your steps in everyday life match the energy of your dreams. Abundance, at its core, is an ongoing dance between what you think, what you feel, and what you do. You've clarified your sense of worth, cleared blocks, energized your vision, and bathed your life in gratitude. Now comes the moment to live out those intentions in your daily habits and decisions. Picture your actions as the physical expression of your inner beliefs. When your deeds match your affirmations, you create a strong, harmonious vibration that the universe can't help but respond to. Begin by taking small but meaningful actions aligned with your new perspective. If you're affirming financial prosperity, organize your finances in a way that reflects respect and responsibility. Create a clear budget, set aside savings, or eliminate small unnecessary expenses. If you're affirming emotional abundance, practice kindness and helpfulness in daily interactions. Let your gracious attitude touch others. Each step you take in alignment with your higher vision confirms that you're ready for the good you've been cultivating internally. Generosity is another vital component here. Many people mistakenly think that being generous means losing something. In truth, consciously giving, be it time, resources, or genuine compliments, amplifies your sense of wealth. It's a way of saying, I have more than enough to share. This doesn't mean depleting yourself. It means trusting in the cyclical nature of giving and receiving. If you feel inspired, donate a small sum to a cause that resonates with you, or share knowledge with those who seek guidance. The act of kindness keeps abundance circulating, affirming that there is plenty for everyone. Consistency is key. It's easy to take one positive action and then slide back into old routines when life gets hectic. Therefore, consider setting micro goals, manageable tasks that you can accomplish in a day or a week. They act as breadcrumbs, leading you toward your larger vision. Celebrate each completed step, no matter how small. Acknowledging progress, even tiny wins, floods your system with encouragement, making it easier to take the next step. Remember that true abundance extends beyond material gains. It shows up in the quality of your relationships, your level of peace, and the fulfillment you feel at the end of the day. When you align your actions with your deepest affirmations, you set off a ripple effect in every part of your life. New opportunities might surface unexpectedly. People who resonate with your elevated energy might appear at just the right time. It's not magic. It's you taking deliberate steps and allowing the universe to meet you halfway. Having learned how to align your actions with your intentions, you might encounter certain bumps along the way. Next, we'll explore common pitfalls, moments of self-doubt, impatience, or comparing yourself to others, and how you can gently move beyond them, keeping your momentum alive. Even with the best intentions, the journey toward abundance can sometimes feel like walking an unfamiliar trail. You've got your map and your sense of direction, but sudden obstacles still appear. Perhaps you compare your progress to others and feel behind. Or maybe you hit a rough patch and wonder if any of this positive mindset truly matters. These moments are normal, and they're not signs of failure. They're invitations to deepen your commitment and refine your approach. One common stumbling block is impatience. Many of us long for instant results, but real transformation often unfolds in layers. You might practice affirmations for a week and then feel disappointed if you don't see a major life change. Remember, just as seeds take time to sprout, your inner work requires consistency. Each time you reaffirm your worthiness or express gratitude, you're watering those seeds. Impatience only distracts you from the subtle growth happening beneath the surface. Another pitfall is falling back into negative self-talk when challenges arise. You might slip into old habits of thinking, I knew I wasn't good enough, or life is always against me. This is where awareness becomes your ally. The moment you catch such thoughts, remind yourself they're just remnants of a past mindset. Replace them with statements like, this moment is tough, but I trust in my ability to move through it. Or, challenges are part of my growth. I choose to learn from them. Comparison to others can also chip away at your confidence. It's easy to see someone else's success and assume they must have done something better, or that they're naturally luckier. But everyone's path and timing are unique. Instead of comparing, focus on your own steady steps. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Recognize that someone else's victory doesn't negate your own progress. There's more than enough abundance to go around. Finally, Watch out for the tendency to dismiss all your progress the moment something goes wrong. A single setback doesn't erase the cumulative efforts you've invested. If you find yourself spiraling into doubt after a disappointment, take a quick inventory of how far you've come. Reflect on the lessons learned, the emotional blocks released, and the moments of gratitude that buoyed your spirit. Those experiences haven't disappeared. They're building blocks that continue to shape your ever-expanding capacity for good. When you encounter these common pitfalls, treat yourself with patience and compassion. Applaud the fact that you're aware of what's happening. Awareness is already a positive shift. With each challenge you navigate, you build resilience. You gain a deeper understanding of how to keep your thoughts, emotions, and actions aligned with abundance. Next, we'll move on to weaving these lessons into everyday life, so this practice becomes less a technique and more a natural part of who you are. By now, you've gathered a toolkit of empowering strategies. You're nurturing your self-worth, letting go of doubts, energizing your mind with affirmations, fueling your spirit with gratitude, and aligning your actions with your best intentions. The real magic happens when these steps aren't just occasional practices, but a seamless part of your daily routine. Abundance then stops feeling like a distant goal and starts becoming your natural way of being. One effective approach is to create gentle reminders that keep you anchored in this new mindset. For example, you could pin an affirmation on your bathroom mirror, set a periodic alarm on your phone with an uplifting message, or place a small object in your pocket, a smooth stone or a token, that reminds you of your personal growth whenever you touch it. These prompts guide you back whenever life's busy pace tries to pull you away from your inner work. Celebrating small victories is another key element. Don't wait for a major breakthrough to congratulate yourself. Did you handle a stressful situation with more calm than before? Did you find a creative solution to a minor financial hiccup? These are signs of real change, tiny blossoms on the tree of abundance. Honor them. Share your joy with a friend or simply take a moment to reflect, I'm doing better each day. That sense of incremental accomplishment propels you forward, letting you know your efforts are making a difference. Also, remember to expand your definition of abundance beyond material wealth. Yes, financial stability is important, but so are love, health, fulfilling relationships, and inner peace. By recognizing abundance in all these facets, you'll see that you're often far richer than you realized. The more you acknowledge these different types of prosperity, the more well-rounded your sense of gratitude becomes. This holistic approach radiates a powerful signal to the universe, saying you're ready to receive good in all forms. If possible, share your abundant mindset with others. Inspire those around you by living as an example of how positive thoughts, emotional clarity, and intentional actions can transform a life. Generosity doesn't just have to be about donating money. It can involve listening kindly to someone's worries, offering genuine compliments, or sharing an insight that helped you overcome a personal challenge. When you act as a channel of abundance, you reinforce your own sense of it and spark a chain reaction that touches more lives than you might ever know. Ultimately, embodying abundance is about presence. It's about showing up fully for each moment, trusting that you have enough and that you are enough. It's a daily practice of recognizing the gifts already around you while holding an open heart for even more. And that brings us to the closing reflections, how to bring all these steps together and remind yourself that abundance can truly appear in your life with remarkable speed as soon as you decide to let it in. Every chapter of your journey holds within it an opportunity to open wider to the good that awaits you. You've explored a 5-step formula that begins by recognizing your innate worthiness, then moves through releasing old blocks, awakening your mind with affirmations and visualization, fueling the process with gratitude, and finally expressing that inner transformation through aligned actions. Each phase builds on the one before it, forming a powerful, cohesive path to what you've been seeking all along: the effortless flow of abundance. As you bring all these insights together, remember that you already carry everything you need to create a fulfilling, prosperous life. The steps you've learned here aren't magic spells. They're mirrors reflecting the truth of who you are, a capable, deserving, and creative individual. Whenever doubt arises, you can return to these simple principles. Gently remind yourself, "I am worthy of all the blessings meant for me," or "I choose thoughts that empower and uplift my spirit." Speak these affirmations as often as you need, because each repetition is an act of reprogramming, gradually weaving a new, more vibrant tapestry of self-belief. In moments when your faith wavers, reflect on how far you've come. Maybe you've uncovered deeper emotional patterns you never realized were influencing your life. Perhaps you've tasted glimpses of real transformation, a softer heart, a calmer mind, an unshakable sense of promise. Keep that spirit of discovery alive. Consider life a continuous workshop where you practice, learn, adapt, and grow. The journey doesn't end here. It simply evolves with each new day. If there's one final affirmation that ties everything together, let it be this: I open my heart to receive, and abundance flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. Feel that openness within yourself. Sense how it ripples outward, touching every part of your life. Whether the blessings come in the form of supportive relationships, meaningful work, financial breakthroughs, or simple daily joys, it all counts. Every bit of goodness is worth celebrating, and each one strengthens the current of prosperity running through your life. Carry this momentum forward. You've set your intentions, confronted and released limiting beliefs, actively visualized success, practiced gratitude, and aligned your daily actions with your desires. The journey of abundance is now woven into who you are. Trust this process. Trust the quiet shifts happening under the surface, even when you can't see immediate proof. And always remember, you are and have always been enough. By stepping into that truth, you ensure the universe responds in kind, pouring forth its gifts to match the magnificence you hold within. May these principles guide you to richer experiences, bolder dreams, and an enduring sense that you are not only walking toward abundance, you are the very expression of it, right here and right now.